everyone, I'm Thomas Schimmelhorn, and you guys are watching Thomas Schimmelhorn Arts. In this video, a friend of mine asked me to help her with some YouTube stuff, and so I'm going to be doing something just a little bit different. First of all, I'm going to be using Gimp. Because she can't afford something like Photoshop right now, this is the best thing for her, and so forth. And what she wants to know is how to make texts and place them in the videos and so forth. And I'm also going to show her how to make the text without a background, so you could place, let's say, a picture in a video and then place the text on top of it, and a background won't be a part of the text, and so forth. So let's get started. The first thing is I'm going to play around with the size. I'm pretty okay with this size right here. And you know what I have to do? I have to make a new document first. So I'm gonna go do that, and so forth. Then I'm gonna drag something right here. I want this to be a pretty big size. And at first I thought Photoshop was better when doing this, but actually, if I just say channel. I don't think I'm spelling that right. Anyways, then what we can do is come over here. Let's say we want it to be this size, and in Photoshop you'd have to highlight this before you can change it. But here, just this, we don't want it that big. I think that's perfect, and then we can just sort of center it, and then go back in here and say, okay, I want this to be capital, and or I could say I want all this to be caps, which I should have done anyway. I-Y-U-T-U-B. I think I'm spelling that right, but it's been a long time since I've done this, so I have no idea. And this seems a little bit big for this because it's in caps, so I'm going to edit the size a little bit. There we go, that's a lot better. And then pull her down and so forth. Now, some things she didn't understand was about the background and when you're throwing text in there, right? And so when you're putting text into a video, first of all, when you save the file, you have to save it as a PNG. If you save it as a JPEG, what happens, even if you don't have a background layer on it, what happens is this saves it so that everything within the file gets sort of merged together. Even if I was to delete this background layer, if I don't save this as a JPEG, it doesn't save it like this, it saves it as a image, and so forth. The JPEGs are sort of specific for I'm not sure if it's for the internet, but specific for things like videos, so that basically there's basically now a transparent background to it, and I'm not going to do anything special to this So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete it. And in some cases you might want to use that background, but we don't want to use it right now, or ever, just for this. So then the next thing I'm going to do is crop it. I don't use Gimp often, so I'm a Photoshop user for some reason. So I have to find that. No, that's alignment. That's move. We gotta cut shapes. Bend. Wow, crop. Wait, looks way different than. And I like to crop my images because if you don't, here's what happens. If I was to save this right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this entire background. It's going to be big, and what you want is you actually want this to be the smallest size. And I'm actually going to click there. We want this to be the smallest size we can get it to be, so that when it pops up, it basically works. And so now I have to figure out here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and that's perfect size for what we want. And I'm sure I could use like a selection tool to select all these and crop out everything but this, but it's not necessary because it's a transparent background and so forth. So the next thing is I'm going to save. I don't use Gimps. Oh god. I don't use this very often, so I'm gonna save where I usually save all my picture stuff is right here, and I don't have a Gimp folder, so I'm just gonna save it right in here. And I need to save this as a JPEG. So how would I do that? Gimp's a little different than extension. So Gimp might be okay, here's looking for P. Okay, here we go. This is what I usually save it as, so it should work. Usually I use Photoshop when doing this. Your image should be exported. Show you what I'm talking about, I'm going to pull this into a full video, so I need to get my Cyberlink out. You can, if you don't have the money to get Cyberlink, they do have a 30-day free trial. I don't know if I can do that. I'll try to provide a link below, but they have a 30-day free trial, and from what I can tell, it's like $60. It's been a while since I bought it, so I don't know the actual price and so forth. I got this with my computer, and then a few years later I decided, hey, I need to get this. So as you can see, this is where I should have saved it, but I didn't. This is my massive words thing that in some of my newer videos you'll see I get pretty carried away with it and so forth, but some people like it. You guys need to know that my videos aren't very big. I'm not very big on YouTube and whatnot. I'm not a professional with Photoshop or anything else. We're gonna pull like this right here and so forth. And then this will just pull down right here, and as you can see, it works, right? And this is what you want. You don't want a background on this. Oh, it's also important to realize that if you have a black text, if you're not going to put a background on it, let's say you want something at the end of the credits, right? You want it to be white, or you get that. So you can use black for background stuff, right? Let's say you have something right here, or you want to put something in a video and you're just like, okay, background stuff. Ooh, that shouldn't have happened. What I did there is I selected the wrong layer, or not the wrong layer, but the wrong photo. You could sort of see these as like layers, right? And you have places where you can put them. You have this music slot where music goes. You can't put music there. And then you have this image slot. Each frame right here, I think they're frames, because these are frames, I don't know. But each of these has those slots and so forth. And I'm not sure what this is. This could be a no, title room, okay, and so forth. I don't know if Photo Director has a thing where you can put text in, but Movie Maker does. Movie Maker is free. It's nice, but it's not professional, right? There's a lot you can't do. You can't shoot, I don't remember. I haven't used it in a while. There is a lot you are limited by. Well, one thing you can't do in Movie Maker is you can't, let's say you wanted to edit that specific thing out. You can edit it out, but it's not going to work how you want it to. And it freezes a lot. I would have to say a lot more than Photo Director and so forth. And with what you're trying to do you really want that to happen? Yeah, I don't think so. You don't want that to happen. And so forth. I like to use Power Director just because when I bought this laptop, it came with it, and so forth. And I'm going to show you just a little more text, right? And maybe in another video, I will show you some, we gotta go to picture to words. Maybe in another video, I will show you how to synchronize these and make them come up and so forth. She also asked about music, and she said that she knows that people put music into their videos, and it's very important that you use copyright free content. Right, so here it's right here. I can move this freely. There's nothing else affecting it. I can also add another one. Right, just go in here and say, okay, let's say comment like right, and if you had music, you could synchronize these, and this would come up, and that would come up. You could be like, boom. It would be something like that. You'd overlap it like that. And then you would cut out where you don't want this to be, right? So something shouldn't be here, and so forth. So this should be like this, and this way like and comment are not showing up on the same frame, and so forth. We can play this, and there we go. And in another video I'll show you guys how to use copyright-free content for music to synchronize this. This is actually one of my favorite parts of editing a video because it's so much fun. You pick the music that you want, and then you basically just do shit, but it's a lot of work and so forth. I usually use it in my endings or beginnings and so forth. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm Thomas Schimmelhorn. You guys are watching Schimmelhorn Arts. Don't forget to come back to check more of these videos. I'm trying to get a tripod so that I can do more drawing videos, but right now I figured, why not help out my friend and make this video. I will see you guys later, and I might try to do a Photoshop version of this just because I usually use it. See you later. So, if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to comment in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next drawing video or the next video that I just happen to upload, whether it be a rambling video or whether it be a new video that I'm not going to talk about here. And hey, don't forget, there's a share button too. So if you want to share this with your friends, don't forget to share it.